Welcome to the THL video tutorials. In this video, you'll see how to add and organize content on your project pages. If you want to add pages or change page layouts, you'll find those lessons covered in separate tutorials. So THL project pages are basically customizable tools for organizing and displaying your project content. Think of each page as a set of display boxes that can be filled and arranged to showcase your content however you like. To organize your content, you use the panels and panes that you'll be learning about in the rest of this lesson. But first, you have to have some content to fill the panels in the panes. So when you start a new project, the only content that's originally on your homepage is a project image and description and a list of the project's members. Any additional content appears on your project page as you add the content. So in other words, once you start blogging, for example, you click on the news blog and you just blog away, you'll see those blog posts appear on your page. Originally, they appear below the project description and image. So in the same way, event listings, calendars, image galleries, they only appear after you begin adding those types of content to your project. And the reason that they appear on your project page is because there are these panes, these containers that are sitting there waiting to be filled with your content. So for example, let's just go and click on Edit Homepage under this Manage section. And this is basically the back-end view of your homepage, which we were just on. And you can see there's a lot more panes here, basically containers waiting for your content than there is content on that page. It's just sitting there waiting to show the content once you create it. So let's assume you've already populated your project with some content and you've got a blog and a calendar and some events, and maybe you've also uploaded some images and other things. So by that point, you might have a page that looks something like this. All of the content on this page is arranged in a certain order, and there's a lot that you can do to customize this organization of your content. Here's how. So back to that Manage section, which is under your toolbox, we'll click on Advanced Pages. And here we'll see a list of our project's current pages, and we can select the page we want to organize by clicking Edit Page. And just so you know, the Edit Homepage that we just clicked on was a shortcut for Edit Page for the home page. But we're going to click on Edit Page for resources for now. So now we're on the Edit Page screen, and this has instructions at the top for controlling the content that appears on this page and determining how it's displayed. So all the different types of content that you can create from the tools in your toolbox, they can be arranged graphically here as panes on larger panels that correspond to the regions on your page. For example, top content, right sidebar, bottom content, etc. So if you want to move content from one region of the page to another, simply click on the gray title bar of a content pane and drag it over to the desired region. Alternately, if you want to disable a content pane or remove it entirely from a region, click on the little cog item on the right side of the title bar and select either Disable or Remove. Now, disabling a content pane just means that it won't display anything of that content type in the region on the actual page. You can always then re-enable this pane later. Removing a pane, on the other hand, means that you'd actually have to re-add that pane later if you decide you want to display it. So in that sense, disabling a pane is probably the easier way to go, but adding new panes to any region really isn't very difficult either. So to add a content pane, click on the cog in the upper left corner of the region you want to add the content to. and click on Add Content. Actually, I'm going to do it up here in this region. So on the left side of this new window that appears, you can select content to add from either the toolbox menu, which is all of that content that you can create from the toolbox, such as audio, blogs, events, external links, etc. You can also add from the More Tools menu, which is basically some additional content that's displayed a little bit less often in projects. So I'll go back to the toolbox and add blogs. Now I have a chance to specify a title for this new content pane and the number of items that I want to have displayed on this pane. I can also apply a keyword filter here, and we'll talk about that in more detail in another tutorial about keywords. So I'll just give this the title of blogs. When you have this new content pane all set, just click Finish, and that will return us to this edit page, and you'll see that my new pane appears right here. And then I can continue to configure this page, or I can click Save, and I'll return to my home page. So going back to that resources page, we'll see that now my video gallery is at the bottom, and we have this pane for blogs now on this page. This tutorial has covered how to organize project content using panes and panels in the lab. If you have any questions, just send us a message by clicking on the Contact tab at the top of the page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the lab.